Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back for yet another review on Love Island USA. Okay, sorry for the noise in the back. Okay, we's over here cooking down, and that's just what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and get real quick into the review of for Love Island USA because when I tell y'all this was like one of the funniest episodes ever to me. I do mean one of the most funniest episodes ever. So let's go ahead and get into. Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say the episode was the funniest, but I will say Jeff's facial had me catcalling. I just have to pull it up because it was just so funny, y'all. When Jeff gave this face right here, girl, I I mean, I just can't take it. The more and more I look at it, I just really cannot take it. It was just so funny. But anyway, so we get to the recoupling. Zeta gives this long speech about this guy that doesn't leave her mug, makes her feel good, makes her feel wanted, all of this stuff. I'm not even gonna lie. When she was saying some things, I started to think that she was going to pick Timmy. Now, she did make one statement where she said, this guy doesn't make me feel like a mug or whatever. And I was like, okay, then is she about to pick Jeff? She's about to pick Jeff. But Miss Zeta gave a speech to where you really couldn't tell who the hell she was going to choose, to be honest. We weren't able to really tell, get a gauge on who she was going to choose. And then she chose Jeff, and I was like, oh, well, there it is. Okay. Miss Bria was smiling really hard. So she was glad that she ended up picking Jeff so that she can go ahead and pick Timmy. But Bria gets up to give her speech about Timmy, and she says that he's this honest guy and a humble guy. And I said, girl, honest where? I guess you haven't figured out the lies yet. Maybe that's why we're going to see you kind of tear up and cry on next week's episode. Okay. So there's that. I'm sorry, not next week, but on tomorrow night's episode or the next whenever it drops. Okay. So Maddie chose Andy. And I was kind of like, girl, you could have just chose Felipe. We would have figured this out. And Andy really could have went home. Okay. So Courtney, girl, she gets a chance to talk to Bryce. When she's talking to Bryce, she don't even want to talk. She just wants to kiss him down and love on him and touch up and fill up and rub up. And I'm just like, I want you to calm down so bad. Okay. But then I had to think back to what she said when she entered the villa. She said that she loves to kiss. So that's what she's here to do, and she plans on doing. And that's exactly what she has been living up to, okay? This girl has definitely been up here kissing the boys down. Bryce could barely catch his breath because she was all over him, okay? Timmy goes and have a conversation with Bria, and he lets her know, listen, I want you to know Zeta making this decision to choose Jeff is actually a good thing because now I'm going to sit up here and I'm really going to focus on you. So this is a good thing for what it is I want to do with us going forward and all this other stuff. Now, I was just kind of thinking like, Bria, you're going to sit up here and let him tell you to your face that you were second fiddle and that had Zeta chose him, things would have been great. He would have been happy, of course. But because she didn't choose him, he's ready to move forward with you. So you're going to sit up here and let him continue to play in your face. I mean, this is the chance that everybody feels that you should be given. So now you're given the chance to really see where your coupling is going to go or what can really happen between you and Timmy. Okay. Now, what else? I feel like this could possibly backfire on Zeta. I started to think that because I know that her heart really would rather be with Timmy. But I felt her on why she didn't want to choose him. It really is because you're not going to sit up here and think that you could treat me and do whatever it is you want to do whenever you feel like it. Like, we're not going to do that. So I definitely felt Zeta on that. Like I didn't fault her on that, but it was kind of like just go back with Timmy. But it's like, I mean, girl, I guess you chose the best out of the two because I don't think either one of them are really about anything, Jeff nor Timmy. But okay, all right. So Isaiah and Timmy are talking. Timmy is disappointed because he thought that she was about to choose him, and she didn't. Okay, he's confused because of the way she worded her speech. She hasn't had enough time with Jeff for him to make her feel all of these amazing things, according to Mr. Timmy. As he's talking to Isaiah, Isaiah's like, well, you don't know what they really talk about. Nobody really knows what their conversations are like, and he's not lying, okay? But Timmy is also saying that he plans on rubbing in Zeta's face everything when it comes to he and Bria. He gonna start putting effort in, doing more, but it's sad because it really sucks for both of them, you know, because he is with Bria and now he's going to start making Zeta jealous, and Zeta is only with Jeff to make Timmy jealous. So now they're up here making each other jealous when they probably should have just chose each other and got it the hell over with. You know what I'm saying? But we'll see how things are going to transpire this week, because we did see where Zeta comes over to Timmy. She wants to have a conversation with him, and he's going to pull, her for a talk, I guess, at a later time, because he was taking a nap. So we'll see how that's going to play out. Zeta says that she used her mind instead of her heart. I couldn't follow her on this because she says she doesn't want to be a part of the mess. But Zeta, you is kind of still putting yourself in the mess. Like, you don't want to be a part of the mess, but you just can't help but to be a part of the mess, okay? Courtney says that she wants them back together. I kind of felt like Courtney just a little bit, like I wouldn't mind it, only because I know that's what Zeta wants, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's going to backfire, and it may not be a good thing for her to like play this type of game, you know what I'm saying? But Timmy, you started it. You know what I'm saying? I do feel like Timmy, you started. So this is where we at. Okay. But Zeta says she wants to see how strong the connection is that he has with Bria now that she's removing herself from the situation. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. This is the mindset. Let's see how far they're gonna go. If they go far, it is what it is. If they don't, they don't. So if you feel that way, then later on that day, you should not have said, what you said about this sneaker tag. It was funny. I was cackling, girl. I was here for you. Okay. I'm not going to lie. But at the same time, let them do their thing and see where it's really going to go. Okay. I felt so bad for Zeta in the confessional because she really cried, y'all. Zeta was really up there crying. I felt so bad for my girl. I was like, oh my God, Zeta, oh my gosh, she was just crying. And it's like, girl, if that's who you wanted, then just go get them and let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? But okay. What else? So it's time for the couples to sit around and get to know each other. We learned that Bria's brother and her dad name is Timothy, so she's never going to call Timmy that. She's only going to call him Timmy. What else did we learn? We learned that it sounded like Isaiah told Sydney that he loves her, or this is what I love about you, or whatever. And I'm like, why did you say that? Because now you're going to give her even more of a reason to show her arse while she's in this villa. She already shows it enough. She cries at the drop of a dime over nothing, girl. And I'm just not really interested. So we'll see. We'll see. I want Sydney gone too. Andy and Sydney, those are the two that I want out of the house. But let's go ahead and keep going. So what else ended up happening? Zeta talks to Jeff, and she talks about, asking him, when does he see himself married? He's like, yeah, when? He says in like 3 years he wants to be married. And she was like, 3 years? She's like, yeah, I definitely want to, be somebody's wife. And so he was like, man, what I'm talking about, man, I'm just talking, man, I ain't trying to be married in 3 years. We know you're not, Jeff. We know that, baby. So then Bria says that she wants to be somebody's wife at some point. And so he says to her, yeah, you'll definitely find you a husband. So the way he worded that to Zeta, for me, lets me know that he's not there to be all in with her. He playing the game just like these other guys, but he's not dedicated. None of that. Okay. So I mean, that stuck out to me. I don't know if it stuck out to you guys. I'm sitting over here like, dang. Okay, first of all, it's him being so loud in the kitchen when he ain't got to be that loud in the kitchen. But anyway, girl. So, so him saying it, I ain't like that he said that. It's like, continue to play the game, God dog. He's saying, yeah, you'll definitely find a husband. So basically, he there to smash and pass. I can't. Okay, let's go ahead and keep going. What else? Jeff did go back and tell Serenity, though, that he's feeling iffy about Zeta because he doesn't like that she's using him to pretty much play a game with Timmy, pretty much using him to make Timmy jealous. And it's kind of like, I don't know why you feel that way when you already knew what you signed up for. You already knew what it was given. And you also say that you're going to make her forget about him. Now, what I did appreciate that Jeff did at the table when she was kind of like stuck on Timmy, he was like, what's wrong? Talk to me, Timmy, what's wrong? And of course, she told him what was wrong. And he was like, don't worry about it. Like, it's all good. He was being understanding. But at the same time, his feelings is feeling away because you chose him. And it's for me. I know a lot of people are going crazy about Jeff, like, yes, Jeff, yes, Jeff, yes, Jeff. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the case is. But I feel like if y'all don't see it for Timmy, some part of me feels like you shouldn't see it too much for Jeff either. Yeah, Jeff may be fresh, but let's not act like we did not hear Jeff say that she's definitely going to find her a husband or whatever. Basically saying it's not going to be him. So he doesn't see anything long term. Now, granted, he did just get into the villa, but come on, we all see that. Even Bria called that out from the beginning. Like, yeah, he's good for a one-time smash, but if it's going to be anything more than that, like, yeah, no. Okay, it's written all over his face, it's written all over his body. So I just feel like y'all should feel the same way. But we appreciate him for keeping Miss Zeta occupied during this time. He goes and talks to Serenity, and he wants to feel a way about the fact that Zeta still wants to be with Timmy. And he's like, don't play games with me, like go be with him. And it's like, but you playing games with her too, because you're trying to make sure you stay in this villa, right? So I mean, girl, I guess, honey, I guess, but I ain't fault him on saying that either. He was like, listen, if you want to be with that dude, you need to go over there and get your dude and stop playing with me. I ain't fault him on that at all. So I'm like, do your thing, whatever. So then what else happened? So Jeff says that he really likes Zeta, but thinks she should go back and get her man and don't be out here playing games, talking about that. So now it's time for game time. And during game time, it was a bit funny because this is where Jeff's facials and things really came into play. Okay, so the couples have to, first of all, they split up to get to know some things about each other. Once they knew some things about each other, they had to play this matching game. Okay, tell us things about your partner or whatever. So then Timmy and Bria, girl, this is what got me. First of all, one of the questions was, if your partner could couple up with somebody else, who would it be? And that was the funny part for me, because that is when Jeff decided to give us this particular phase. Jeff did not know what to do, because Bria went and she said Timmy would rather be coupled up with Zeta, and Timmy also said the same thing, Zeta, right? So Zeta kept saying, it's up there, it's up there, it's up there. And I'm like, Zeta, girl, calm down with this, it's up there. I mean, it is up there, I guess, but come on. So you could tell that Jeff did not want to play this motherfucking game. He already knew what the hell was going on. And he was not trying to play this game, girl, but he had me cackling with his face, because he was looking like, do we got to do this? Like, really? And then at a later time in the game, we hear about sneak attack. So I guess this is Miss Bria's thing that she does, where she kisses on Timmy and licks his ear and licks on his neck and do all this other yummy stuff. But yeah, I guess he says he can't take it, so that's what she calls the sneak attack. And I believe it was something like, does your the person you're coupled up with have some type of secret talent? And she says, yeah, I guess that's what we call the sneak attack. You know what, Bria? I really hate this for you. I think you're a very beautiful girl. I hope that you do find somebody else in the villa. Is it going to be Timmy? No, because unfortunately, Timmy still has strong feelings for Zeta, so they need to work their thing out. I feel like they need to recouple, figure out what they're gonna do, and probably realize that this ain't gonna work and go off and be wherever they're gonna be. But it's never gonna work for Bria, in my opinion. So it's a very unfortunate situation for her. When I see them in the bed, just for me, I always see Zeta over there on his side of the bed, kissing all on him. Granted, he kisses her back, but I always see her leading with the energy more than I see him leading with her. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like when he went and met up with what's her name? Zeta, the way he pulled Zeta close and kissed her. I just always see, to me, Bria giving the energy more than Timmy is giving the energy. And now that Miss Zeta done made her decision, he's only going to use Bria to make Zeta jealous. So now he wants to quote unquote focus on them. I don't know. He's not to be trusted. Jeff's not to be trusted. None of these guys not to be trusted. Andy ain't to be trusted. Sydney is not to be trusted. Everybody is out of control, honey. That is all that I got. It's been a good show so far. You guys leave your thoughts and comments down below and let me know what you're thinking about the latest episode of Love Island USA. I'm Jamie. That's me. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at jamithatsme, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.